Good morning. I'm going to be doing a wear test and review of the Essence Pretty Natural foundation. Here's the box that it comes in. It is supposed to be a hydrating foundation with 24-hour wear, natural coverage and finish, and a weightless feel. I've worn this 4 or 5 times now already, and I've tried it with one primer, the NYX Angel Veil primer. I'm going to try it again today with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So far it's worn well. It lasts a long time. I haven't tried the 24-hour claim, and I'm not going to, but I've gotten about 8 to 9 hours of solid wear without having to touch up. It does start to fade in coverage by the end of the day, so it still looks okay. It's just, it looks like I don't have as much foundation on for some reason. What else is there to say? It retails for $6.99. I got it for like $4.50 or something. I saw it on sale. It comes in 36 shades on Essence's website, and Ulta carries 29 of them. I have the shade Neutral Ivory, which is the 3rd lightest. It's a little bit light on me. I probably could have gone up another shade, but it's close enough that it works, and it's not super pigmented, so like because it's a little bit more sheer, I can make a shade that's like a little bit too light or a little bit too dark still work. So typically with foundation, I'll use my fingers to apply it just wherever I'm doing it, either in sections or all over my face. I haven't tried applying it all over my face yet to see if I need to work in sections. It does dry quickly. So that's kind of like, I'll just do a thin layer and like just blend it, and if I want more coverage, I'll just add a little bit more. That's usually how I work with every foundation, and sometimes I'll use a brush just for the purpose to see if I can use a brush with that foundation. It is a little bit buildable. I can add maybe 2 to 3 thin layers before it starts to affect how natural it looks. If I add too much, it will start to look kind of cakey, and it can, it's got an issue where it doesn't want to go into the pores. And I think using like thin layers and really like pressing it, it does help to like solve some of that. And using a brush does help also. But adding layers seems to kind of make that a little bit worse. I don't know if you can see like up close right here. It tends to emphasize pores. Just because it won't go in them. If I can get them in there, it doesn't, there's no problem with it. So that's partially done, half of my face. I'm gonna put primer on the other half and see how it applies over this primer. This was the Tatcha Silk Canvas. When I used the NYX Angel Veil, I didn't notice any difference in the way that the product applied. I still had the pore issue with it. It didn't help it to last longer. It didn't help with how quickly oil broke through or how shiny it got. So that was interesting. That primer, the NYX Angel Veil, usually is pretty good at controlling oil and helping foundation last longer. So either, I don't know, it could just be that this lasts so long on its own that the primer just really had no effect. And I'm trying this primer because it's a little bit kind of like a different primer. This one, I think the NYX Angel Veil is better at controlling shine through the day. And this one is a little bit better for pores. But it's a little bit slippery also, and it can, when I wear it with other foundations, it can make it look shinier a little bit quicker and make it transfer more. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I don't think I did. This is supposed to be hydrating, and usually with hydrating foundations, they'll either have a natural finish or sometimes like a dewy or glowy finish. To me, this has a matte finish. Over this primer, it's looking a little bit more of like a natural finish. But I don't know, to me this is not a hydrating foundation. Being a little bit on the light side, I have some redness on my nose. It doesn't do the greatest job of neutralizing that redness. If it was a little bit darker, it might help with that some more. And on my nose, it helps if I use a brush to not pick up so much of the product that I just put on my skin. So it just helps to keep some of that coverage. And the same with, I have a little bit of like pigmentation here from sunburns and things like that, so it doesn't do the best at covering that up or evening it out. And I think that's, again, just because of the color. Okay, so this is too bright. You can see up close what it looks like. This was primed. This is not primed. I think the primer did help, but this one helped a little bit with it settling into the pores. I don't know, right here I still have a lot of my pores like really kind of showing there. I think they look a little bit better on this side. So I'm just gonna finish my makeup and I'll do check-ins throughout the day so you can see how it wears. It is 10:41 and this will be the start of this wear test. I'll try to wear it as long as I can. Hopefully I can get like, let's see, 9 or 10 hours of wear out of it. And I will check in throughout the day to let you know how it's looking and how it's lasting. This is the first update for the Essence Pretty Natural foundation. It's 5 hours since I first applied it. Just as a reminder, this was the side that I used the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer on, and the side was just nothing. It is a little bit more shiny on this side, and it's just a little bit more shiny in general than it was the last time I wore it. I would probably touch up a little bit if I was actually gonna like be doing some kind of look or something on camera, because on camera I look pretty shiny with all the lights. In real life, I don't think it looks bad. To me it looks pretty natural. That's the way that my skin would normally look. So far I'm happy with how it's wearing. Okay, so this is gonna be my last update for this foundation. It's 11 hours now since I first applied it, and I have not done anything to my face. I haven't powdered or anything. it's looking pretty shiny. It really could use some powder. But I think it could look a lot worse. I've had foundations look much, much worse by this time. So I'm still pretty happy with how this holds up. I do wish the color was a little bit better match, and I wish it didn't have the issue where it doesn't go into the pores. It's kind of, it will if I'm really willing to work with it, but it is kind of a little annoying. So overall, not a bad product. I don't think you can really go wrong for the price if you're willing to work with it. So there you go. Hope this was a helpful review and wear test, and I will see you in the next one.